Hey, it's me. Just wanted to do a quick video. I'm going to try and make this super quick, so I might not go in depth as much or do as much shooting as I normally do. So this is based off my 255 nuke, and it is a floating cannon. So actually, let me show you how similar it is. So as you can see here, I am using Tiger client. It's a pretty good client. It's actually 1.7.2 or 10 or whatever, which is fine, but it's not a perfect client, and I'm hoping for an update soon, fingers crossed. And with that will come some cool ideas I bounced off the guys working on that. So here's the cannon, and I don't know if this is like new with Schematica, but I thought that was kind of neat how it breaks down some of this stuff. So you can see like what's kind of different. Actually, bam. Okay, let me tab out and show again. Okay. That's reloaded that. So a couple things I changed. Random wiring here. Got rid of the nuke here, which you can actually use this with the nuke. Added this floating barrel thing. Just some basic wiring stuff I changed. Actually, don't look at any of this. You're not allowed to look. Now you can look. It's somewhere over here. Okay, here's like an early version of it with the nuke. So yeah. Basically, you could use this for many different reasons. You could straight shoot, and then when you get into a base, you could just move the guider over. And so, like, you know, people have talked about that. It's like, oh, well, you can only shoot 3 blocks over, or something like that, you know? But not necessarily with this. With this, you would use some tricks in the barrel. So let me show you. This is its default config, but here would be like a normal straight shooter, minus a couple of other things. To actually straight shoot, when it's set up like this, you would need to, similar to how you'll see in a minute, you need to put blocks here. This should be fine. You need to have the guider here. So, yep, cool. And this would go straight. But then, you can get it to float very far sideways by doing this. Now, what's going to happen here is, the reason I have the trapdoor there is the sand, like the normal sand compression, is going to go here. It's going to hit here, and it's going to be like offset from this, and it's going to be like a weird thing. So it's going to want to move this way forever. But, so yeah, so it's going to go here, and then it's going to go straight up. And so now it's in this indeterminate zone. It needs to go straight, but it needs to go sideways. So it's going to go sideways, and then it's going to go out, and it's going to then stack down. Similarly, with this right here, the reason why I have the trapdoors here is because if you put like blocks here, because it's TNT compression, it's going to keep going straight that way. So you need to have, I think you need to have some sort of block like this, or heads. Heads work really well, but not on like some servers because it's on obby breakers, so it'll blow up even though it's not like actually touching. That's another thing. However, here, because of the pistons, it's only going to push like a little bit. It's going to split these two blocks. That's like why you use pistons to align, because it's going to like move it over a little more than a full block. So it's going to split like here-ish, and similarly it's going to go up, over, and out. But this time it's going to clip this part of the guider and go straight out. Now the interesting thing with this cannon is it lags in this configuration. So maybe it has something to do with the sand, each piece of sand getting calculated on how it's going to fly out, but it lags. So let's demonstrate it. I'm going to turn off the slab bust here in a second. Or excuse me, the scatter. So it's just going to stack, I hope. Yeah, this is like a little, let me make sure I don't have something on. It's like a little laggier, I think, but it's still pretty good. So the cannon would have normally fired, but it's lagging. And yeah, here we go. Eventually it'll come out. Hey, check it out. So boom, after however long, it shot out. So you could see there, it's stacked down. It did not hit here, slide over, then shoot down. It just shot straight. So that's the big thing about this guider. Sometimes you could do different things. Actually, let me demonstrate. because this video is already going to be longer than I want it to be. So what I did was I made it flat, but it's going to still float upwards. It's going to slide along one of the lines. So like, yeah, that wasn't the guider. The guider was technically here. And so it kind of slid. It's much more, actually, you know what? I'm going to even show it even more. Because you could see this like go really far. Sometimes. See? That's why offsetting it is important. Okay, so I'm going to make a brick of sand. So there's a newer version that makes that easier, which will be in another video. All right, so let me stack this up. Come on. All right, that's good enough. So now what if you want to move it over this way? What if you want to shoot like here instead? So what do you do then? Let's just put some blocks in the barrel. And we'll manually move it over. You could probably automate this with pistons if you so chose, with pistons up top. And yeah, but this should be fine-ish. So here we go. Let's stack. Just stack. Of course, it's going to lag. I think I'll edit out after this shot all these TNT explosions whenever it slides, just to make your life easier. Hey. Okay, there's that. And we want to do it again. So let's do that. Alright, I've gone ahead and fired it with the new configuration. It's going to stack eventually. Let's go. Come on. Hey, okay, cool. Yeah, depending on the setup, if you use certain blocks, if you change other things, you can actually crash the server. So this is like a solid like test server I have. Like it works really well for me. But this throws it for a loop. So okay, so I'm gonna hybrid right here. So come on. Alright, I messed up the colors. Whatever. Alright, I'm going to hybrid. And then with the size of the hole, you'll still have flexibility in stacking sideways. So let's do that. Yeah, we want that on, and I want this on. I'm doing more with like levers and pistons and stuff. There's one cannon where I have like 8 levers and pistons right there, which is kind of neat. Okay. Okay, let's go. Come on. Hey, okay. So that is a hole, right? So whatever, that's like a cobblestone hole. And actually that might be bigger because of the dry blocks, which I actually don't even know about. But, oh yeah, by the way, this is slab busting in case you just like, didn't know. Like normal. Okay. So let's do that again because I want to see how large that hole was. Yeah, so, I mean, you can see it's a bigger hole when I had it stacked because probably, like, dry, maybe, I don't know, shit. But yeah, with this, you see how you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide hole. Well, with the 5 wide hole centered on this block, right, so that's 48, and this is 48. So you still have, we can go 2 blocks here, we can go 1, 2, 3. So you could, like, go, like, shit. Up to here with normal holes. So you have a decent like amount of distance to work with. So why can this be important? Why can this be cool? Depending on certain types of regions, like if you have this type, specifically with this exact cannon, you could stack right here and then right here and then hybrid, kind of like you were left shooting, right? So if you're left shooting, you would go, you stack here, and then you would hybrid right here. And then because depending on the size of the scatter you used, it would float. This would stay the same height, and this would break, and it would flow water in. And yeah, so it'd be similar to that because you're able to switch your axis you're shooting on. Now with this, you could, I mentioned before, you could put the nuke on it, which I definitely showed us like at the very beginning. What was I saying? But you can attach a different regen bust to this, so you can shoot straight regen bust and then shift it sideways just with a flick of a lever. And yeah, you can do a lot of really cool things with this. So play around with it. Definitely room for improvement. I think with the top, you could use pistons like that, and then just thought of this right now. The only one you would actually need would be this layer here. Right, because if it goes up, so depending, definitely not here, but I think further over it would work. You would just have it go straight up, right? It would go up, then over, then out. So that's something you could play around with, and of course I'll have downloads and schematics. Let's see. Oh, I changed this so it doesn't like actually piston push and brake because I was silly and definitely didn't do it right. Yeah, cool. Peace. I also got another idea I want to kind of throw out. Hey, that's awkward. Throw another idea I do want to throw around is the idea of like a paid content kind of thing. I was looking at YouTube's you could do the like paid videos or everything. I was thinking of doing like a really, really inexpensive videos that you guys can have access to. However that system works out, where I really break down what's going on with cannons and stuff like that. Because I do go a lot. I personally think I go into way more detail than anyone else I know with cannoning. But even still, there's still so much I can go into. And it's just a lot of effort really to put videos out. I really think about like what I'm trying to say, and I try and put a lot of effort into it, even though it might not be the best, and maybe I don't make the best cannons anymore and stuff like that, but I put a lot of effort in. So I was thinking just something really, really small, and it'd basically be a learn how to cannon paid subscription service. And I have given cannon lessons in the past, and I gave the kid homework assignments and stuff where he needed to like make a cannon and get back to me on that. And it was a lot of work for both of us, and he quit. Whatever. But yeah, this would just be a different format for that. It would be more to learn at your own pace, but of course you'd have to, in some way, shape, or form, pay a tiny bit of money to have access to that. And someone I know said was just make it something inexpensive so they could use like Google rewards or something like that, or question rewards where you do like a survey on a shop near where you live, and then Google pays you a tiny bit of money. And so you could do something like that to make up for that, you know? And then you just answer like those Google questions, and I'll probably like annotate what it actually is on top of this. But yeah, so, you know, just something inexpensive so it's not breaking the bank, something that, you know, a lot of different people can do. So if you think that's a decent idea, let me know. Yeah, just let me know. I've thought about doing a like a server, and it would be like, I know MineLink and stuff like that exist, but it would be different in that like, okay, you can build cannons and stuff on MineLink and other servers like that, whichever ones like still are around, but it would be like I would be managing like a bunch of virtual servers, and it would be paid to access because of how I'd be running it and what I'd be doing. But like I could put worlds up and stuff like that, and of course you'd have like access to like a ton of schematics and stuff. But like, let's say you wanted to do a raid, you send me the download, be it through some Google form or Mediafire or FileZilla or something like that. I put it up. You'll have, depending on the server you play, I'd have customized plugins for that. So if like Lava doesn't hybrid, you can have it so Lava doesn't hybrid. You can have maybe custom TNT of some sort if your server, you know, does something like that. So I would try and emulate the running environments of a lot of popular servers tailored to the subscriber. And yeah, but I don't know, again, if that'd be worth my time because I am busy. So the initial like startup time and cost might be high, and of course that'd be like it would have to be profitable for me because, or at least breaking even. Um, this isn't mine, by the way. This is something from Controller. It would just be a lot of work for me to do, so I can't run a server that compares to like a faction server in terms of the hardware in order to like really canon well. And I can't host a server like that publicly with all the DDoS mitigation and stuff like that if necessary, and enough slots or whatever, and expect nothing out of it. It's just I would run out of money fast. So yeah, I don't know if any of that's good ideas and stuff. Let me know.